we got 3 contests, one after another. Bing, bang, boom. So, it's been quite a while since I've done a contest entry. This first one is for Rachel the Music Man. She's hit 1,000 subs. I think I popped on to her live stream for about 10 minutes to watch, check out. Life's been wacky. I'll put it to you that way. You guys know this. I don't need to get into it. Things are happening in my neck of the woods. Yeah. We won't get into that. On with the contest. So basically, her contest is literally name 5 songs and the lyrics. Obviously, I'm not going to do all of them because I could be here all night. To meaningful, basically 5 songs with meaningful lyrics. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. First one I'm going to go with, and I'm going to go off of memory on this, because I don't have the actual words here in front of me. Black Sabbath Sabotage, and we're going to go with a song called The Writ. From memory, because I don't think the lyrics are actually in this inner sleeve. No, not at all. So, The Writ was actually written about shitty management. And the first thing that really comes to my mind is, the way I feel is the way I am. I wished I walked before I started to run to you. Are you metal? Are you man? You changed a lot since you began. These are the whole song lyrically. Like I said, I honestly should have wrote these lyrics down, or should have typed them out, but my computer's been acting goofy too. Basically, the band around this time was getting fucked over by their label, and of course, the way I feel is the way I am. They're pissed off. I wished I walked before I started to run to you. They basically ran to the label and got signed, and they probably should have taken their time and looked into things first and then made the decision to jump to the label. So when they were getting fucked over, they were losing a lot of money. They were making money, but they were still not getting the money that they should have been getting because the label were basically ripping them off. So that song, it's like over 8 minutes long. It's a killer song. This is a fucking amazing record too. So apologies for not getting too deep into lyrics. If you know the song, you know what I'm talking about. If not, go check it out. You'll really like it. It's probably one of my favorite versions or favorite songs that Sabbath has ever done, because it's powerful. It starts off with a really nice melodic bass line after some laughing, and then it goes ba 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 ba. It just comes in with this crushing riff, and Ozzy's just fucking screaming over it. It's perfect. So that's the first one. Gonna do this in no real particular order. Just 5 songs that just really mean a lot to me. We're gonna go with this next one here. Okay, cool. I do actually have the lyrics on this. This was a grail I picked up last August from in around my wife's birthday. This is At the Gate, Slaughter of the Soul. The song is called Blinded by Fear. For a lot of you real crushing, for a lot of you big metalheads, like the Swedish metalheads, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm going to read just enough so that you understand what I mean. This is, in the Swedish death metal thing, you had bands that were doing the real gory sort of lyric, but these guys were sort of getting into the social commentary and that kind of thing. The song starts out with some cool effects, and then it goes, "We are blind to the worlds within us, waiting to be born." And then the the riff kicks in, and all you hear is, "I cast aside my chains, fall from reality, purgatory unleash, now burn the face of the earth." Purgatory unleash, now burn the face of the earth, the face of all your fears. All your fears unleash, the face of all your fears. So from, yeah. And then it goes into born of the demon sky, twisting reality, sweet nauseating pain, is death the only release? So that kind of thing is really sort of that whole, I'm trying to figure where my place is in life. There's this sort of social commentary sort of thing banded about. It's quite nice, even though it's screamed and it's really, really heavy riffs and so on. And also, I'm hoping that I'm in time for this contest too, Rachel. If not, hey, fuck it, whatever. You get a chance to watch this. We're going to go to this one here. This is Power Trip's Nightmare Logic. The song itself, or the song is called Firing Squad. It's a 3-minute ass-kicking thrasher that literally comes storming out of the gate. It absolutely mangles the senses. Now, comes up on this nice sort of little postery thing. So, basically, the first bit of it goes, peace be unto thee, unless you want a piece of me. Whose side are you on? You can't hide, you can't run. You wage war on life, logic lost in brainwashed minds. Storming heaven, it's not too late. Hit 'em hard, crash the gates. I see your way of life and I think it's a joke. Don't step out of line, you're walking a tightrope. Before long I'll be dead and gone, locked up for the firing squad. And then of course you have the next part which goes, old guard changes hands, this will be your last stand. You had yours, I want mine. Second chance, denied. And then it goes over into the, I see your way of life and I think it's a joke. Don't step out of line, you're walking a tightrope. Before long I'll be dead and gone, locked up for the firing squad. That can be, that's, to me, that seems like it's a kind of a political sort of thing, sort of little over 3-minute hardcore punk sort of crossover thrash, politically charged song. Like, you're hanging on a thin rope and you're walking a tightrope. So you're just about ready. It could be anything, depending on how you look at it. I guess it really depends on what your thought processes are. Now, we're going to bring it down in terms of stuff, but we're going to go to down, good old stoner, doom, sludgy sort of stuff, groove, metal as well. But the song that I chose off of this is Stone the Crow. This whole record really has a lot of meaning behind all of it, but I'm choosing Stone the Crow because it really sits home to where a lot of people have been. Really, there's two songs on here, and I'll bring it up both. So Stone the Crow is about a deep depression, can't seem to move it forward. My lying eyes lie awake, I'm not sure what I'm after. I've never died before. Can't live what happened yesterday. I've never stoned the crow. No matter how I try, no matter what I say, I'm blamed, I'm shamed, I'm judged unfairly. So now I've died before. I feel as bad as yesterday. I've never stoned the crow. Rehab. So at the start of the song, you hear Phil go, "Long day, lay me low." And basically, it's head burning drunk. I don't need none. I don't need none. That's right, man. I'm fine. But what I've got to know have I wasted time? My eyes are blind to almost everything you see, and I'm drowning through sorrow. You recognize me. Be me for a change. Under the silk in a box of pine, and that's dying. Is it worth the risk to be revived? When it comes to lyrics, I don't think you're going to get a more legit, more real sense of lyrical content than Phil Anselmo. That's not to say that Phil is the greatest of all time, because lyrically there's many great artists. But when it comes to me, I think Phil just really has this sort of sense of how to get across, how how do you, how can you get something across that's very meaningful? Well, Phil knows how to do it, and Phil does it well. And that was, so the first set of lyrics was was Stone the Crow, and then, of course, you have Rehab, which is almost perfect. Last but not least, because this is getting quite long, I guess 10 minutes for me can be short. Yob. This is their latest record. It's called Our Raw Heart. And Our Raw Heart is the song I'm going with. It is a 14-minute absolute stunner of a song. If you have the time, and you really want to listen to a song about a guy who literally went through fucking hell and back with a bout of acute diverticulitis, and on top of that also was in a coma because of it. He also had shingles, he also had MRSA, he had a bunch of different shit that literally almost took this man out. Our Raw Heart goes like this. Now, even though there's 3 verses, this basically is put into a masterwork. And lyrically, it doesn't even come into the 2-minute and 40-second mark, because there's a lot of beautiful instrumental, and then it kicks in with some heavy. It's heavy, but it's far more melodic than it's like nasty, I guess. So the first verse goes: "Send unto the shore every grain of sand, rivers quicken remembrance, carried by a grace, running in our veins, ashes within clay, shaped upon an earthen wheel, pour into this vessel, drained and filled again, temple to a nameless soul, beckoning my restless ghost." The second part goes: "From holes in my gut," talking about the diverticulitis, "to love from miracles, silver climb the walls, eyeless looking on, it's looking still, drawn by a mortal thread, to an ever-shifting weave, known better by my bones than my eyes can see, shrine to a silent call, beckoning my restless ghost." And then the last section, before it goes into literally about 5 minutes of musical just driving home the same riff over and over, and it's still slow. It's, like I said, it's 14 minutes long. So if you also want to take part in this, it's a good time, but you have to be in that mood, okay? Understandably. "Leaving nothing left behind, breathing through my dark inside, the raw within. Ani." It's AYNI. I don't know. I can't remember how Mike does it. "Sent reverence for what has been given in this shared life, the raw within." Not too bad for a guy who's gone through hell and back. And lyrically, and of course everybody's like, oh, heavy metal is all about killing people. Our Raw Heart is not about killing people. It's literally about what a guy went through. Lyrically, we can have some of the best lyrics. Everybody just has their own opinion. No, it's about killing people, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, that's the death metal side of things. And even still, it can also be about social commentary. Anyways, guys, that's it for that. I'm going to duck off. I've got a couple other contests to do, and I'm trying to get this done as fast as I can so I can go hang out with the missus. Cheers, guys. Stay heavy, and be fucking good to each other. Don't be shitbags, please.